Hello and welcome to a very sunny, but slightly windy Felixstowe in Suffolk. Now on this beautiful Saturday morning, I'm down here. I'm not after any species in particular today. What I'm doing, I've got a nice little pleasure session going on because over there I've got two mates with me who have come down to Felixstowe. They're staying down here for a little while. And they basically messaged me and said, do you want to come for a fish? And I haven't seen them for ages. So I'll introduce you to them in a little while. Basically, we've got a high tide today of around about 11:30, and it's now about 9 o'clock. So we've got 2.5 hours to go up. I'm going to fish it free down the other side. Who knows what we're going to pick up today? It could be absolutely anything. But to be honest with you, could be bass, could be rays, could be doggies, because that sea, despite it being really sunny, has got a beautiful colour to it. So the fish should be feeding. The fish will be speeding. That'd be nice if they are. Get a nice fish. Gone. So, 2 rods, as you can see. I'll go through the rigs and tactics with you again in a little while. What a beautiful day, though. It is fantastic. The wind's blowing slight northeasterly, which is the only downside on today's session. But even though it's blowing like that, it's not too bad out there. There's a slight chop on the sea, but there could still be rays out there. You never know. That's something I'm hoping we might see today. So, stick with me through the video, and let's see if we can get some fish. Just any fish. It's just nice to be out, have a pleasure session, and not be targeting anything in particular. Stick with me and let's see what we can get. Well, I've got a bite on that right-hand rod. That's the distance rod. On that, I've got a Bagnall bar with half a crab on the hook. Just using the leftover crab from the St. Joseph session I had the other day. Let's just give it a couple of knocks. So what we'll do is we'll just see if that goes any more. Nothing big. You can see by the way the bite is that it's not actually smacking over. It's just tapping a little bit. No big pull downs on it. And the left-hand rod, I'm fishing with an earth bar close in, very close in the hope for a bass. Just keep an eye on that right-hand rod. But what a morning, what a day. Absolutely lovely. Still got a bit of time for the tide to come up. Once the tide comes up, if you can see down there in that bowl, I'm going to be fishing down there, super close in, like I say, on the hunt for a bass. Whether we get one or not is a different story. But the way things are down here at the minute, it's just nice to get out. Like I say, today is not a session where I'm going out saying I'm trying to catch hounds, I'm trying to catch rays. It's just nice to get out with some bait, with some friends, and just relax. A lot of people down here fishing. Most of the bays that way have got people in them. That way, not so much. I don't think I've seen anyone down there, but that way there's rods as far as the eye can see. Which, is it a good sign, is it not? I think it's just because the weather's nice. It's because the weather's nice. People have come out and they're just enjoying the sun. But as per usual, put the camera on and the bite on the distance rod stops. Love to see a really positive bite on there, but you know, just got to relax and see what happens. Could well be raised, like I say, out there today. Tide's nice. Might get a smooth hand. I probably won't get a smooth hand, but you never know. They have been caught from here in the past. And they are coming, they are back in at Essex, believe it or not. Obviously, I went down to St. Joseph's last week. Had a couple of little ones. This week, I know some people who went down there last night. And they actually had a few, so they've come back in. It's always a case of that, isn't it, when you go fishing? Oh, you go somewhere, target something, especially around here, don't turn up, next set of tides, boom, they're there. Well, that bite's not coming to anything. Maybe it was just something small playing with it. I'm going to leave it there. And if anything comes to that rod, I'll come back to you in a little while. Well, so far, it's pretty quiet. It's probably now around about 2 hours before high tide. I've had a couple of little rattles, but apart from that, no fish as yet. I'm just going to show you what I'm using. Both rods, I'm using the same. I've got a PZ match, teamed up with a 7HT turbo. Now, but on the left-hand rod, tactic-wise, I've just got an earth trailing off with a bit of crab. That's on a 3/0 hook. And literally all I'm doing with that is, I'm just flicking this very close in. Literally not far out at all, probably talking 20 yards. Hoping for a little bertie bass. Like I say, the tide's not up high enough yet for where I'll be flicking it into the rocks, which I will do. Once the tide comes up, I'll be fishing down in that little basiny bit in front of me. But at the minute, it's just a case of flicking it in close, like I say, and just seeing if a bass comes along. And teamed up with that, right-hand rod, on the business end, yet again, PZ match, 7HT turbo. And with that, I've just got a Bagnall bar, 3/0 hook, half a crab on that as well. And with this, I'm putting this out a little bit further, just to see if there's anything out there that's slightly bigger. Whether it be a ray, a bass, a hound, maybe not, a doggy. You know, like I say, it's a pleasure session today. It's just a case of trying to get what we can and relax. Targeting species is all well and good, but today it's all about relaxing. That is what it is all about. You never know. We could pick up something decent. Using crab this time of year as bait, as you know, anything will take it. So if there's fish out there, it should well find them, hopefully. But I am hoping this left-hand rod goes at some point, because it'd be nice to see a little bar of silver today. A lovely little bass, but anything will do. Like I say, it's just one of them days where I'm just out enjoying the sun and trying to catch anything that swims. This is very quiet. That is a word I'd use to describe it. There is other words, which I'm not going to put on YouTube, but it's died. I had a couple of bites first of all when I first got here, and since then I haven't seen a bite. And I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people fishing further down and they haven't seen a bite either, which isn't great. But the tide's coming up to high. It's now more or less high tide, so it's just going to be a case of fishing and seeing if anything comes along. I'm pretty shocked that I haven't had any basslets. That is the main shocker today so far. Fishing close in with crab. Yes, it's sunny, you know, yes, it's clearing out a little bit, but there is still colour in the water. Oh, how annoying is that? Nearly fell over as well. Like I say, there is still colour in the water. And with the colour in the water, I thought the bass would have been in close. But that's not the case. But still, we'll keep fishing through it. Like I say, it's now coming up to about high tide, so we'll go down the other side, 3 hours on the ebb, and just see if anything comes along. Good job I'm not targeting any species today, because I'd be pretty disappointed. Like I say, it's just a pleasure session. You've got to have these once in a while. Go out, chill out, and see what comes along. And yes, you might think it's a waste of crab, but they've been sitting in the fridge, they're all starting to pop, they're all starting to go, and I don't want to freeze them down, so I might as well use them here. Anyway, we carry on, we keep trying. Let's just see if we can get a fish in these next 3 hours. Oh. Oh dear. It's pretty dead. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty dead. Still, we have time. We've still got a couple of hours left. At the minute, I'm literally just drowning crabs. I haven't seen a knock since I first started fishing it, and not a lot else has happened, to be honest with you. It's literally motionless rod tips all the way through, and I believe that is the same all the way down the beach, because the others that are fishing down there are experiencing the same. Still, I'll say it, it's nice to be out. It really is. It is just nice to get some fresh air. Thought we'd seen a bass on the close in rod by now, because the sea is absolutely perfect for it. It's beautiful. Maybe it's just the easterlies that have put them off. Who knows? Like I say, you can see the right hand rod has actually caught some tide when I'm casting it out. So if the fish are there, that's where they're going to be. It's just a case of whether the fish are there or not. And at the minute, they're not there. I want to be out there today on a boat. I was sitting there just now looking out there thinking, I reckon they're getting into some hounds and stuff out there. I reckon there's a lot of boats out today, fishing over at the rough towers and places like that. But at the moment, Felixstowe Beach is absolutely devoid of fish. Hey ho, it is what it is. Like I say, it's nice to be out. I'm still going to put the video out. I know a lot of you do just like watching the sessions, seeing what we can catch, etc. But if it is a blank, I do apologise. But I'm not going to jinx it yet. Got 2 hours, like I say, to see if this ebb can throw up a fish. Who knows what's going to happen? Hello. Let's watch that right hand rod. I swear I just saw that knock out the corner of my eye. Couple of solid pull rounds. Could have been a bit doggy-ish. But it definitely, I swear I saw it out the corner of my eye give some knocks. I might actually have a bite here, people. Come on. Do something else. That looked like it started to go slack. Yeah, there's something there, isn't there? But the question is, is it still there? Hasn't slackened off, hasn't pulled over. I think I may have missed it. Now that is a shame, because that is the first bite. Yeah, I don't think there's anything there, for crying out loud. That's a shame. That was a definite bite. Something was definitely having a go at that. Ah, dearie me. Like I say, mega shame. That's now over my other rod. Hook point was showing as well. Probably a doggy. However, it's a bite. I'm going to get this baited up and get it straight back out, because maybe there's some fish out there now as this ebb's dropping off. Well, as you might be able to see, I'm down to one rod. One crab left. Just went to wind in the Bagnall bar. That was completely snagged up. So, it's the last crab on the earth rig to see if I can get a last chuck fish, because this has not been the best session at all. And the worst thing is, I'm now looking on Facebook and the hounds have turned up at Shingle Street. Ah, it's always the way, isn't it? Right, that's out there. You never know I might get a fish on this last chuck. Probably won't. Well, I'm not going to say I probably won't, because I might do, but it has been absolutely shocking. Mike and Tony have just left. They're going back to the caravan. And that leaves me down here for the next 20 to 25 minutes to see if this cast can produce anything. I cast it out a bit further than what I was casting. You can see a tide line rip out there. So I've cast it out and it is quite close to the tide rip. So you never know, could pick something up. If not, it's been nice just to be out getting some fresh air. Oh, I hate saying that because that means you're blanked. But 25 minutes to see if I can get a fish. It could happen. It might not, but it could happen. Well, I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. It's been absolutely rubbish. Oh dear. This crab's now been out there 25 minutes. So I'm gonna reel it in. And then, I think, I'm probably gonna go home. Because this has been atrocious. It is what it is. Can't catch them all the time, can you? And I'll say that famous saying, that's why it's called fishing and not catching. Still, it's been a very relaxing day on the beach. A lot of people out walking their dogs. A lot of doggos have come over to say hello, which is nice. But no fish. Unfortunately, yep, nothing on there. Didn't think there was. No crab activity either, which is good. But that is the end of that. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, and this is a blank, don't get put off. I do catch fish. If you go back through my past videos, you'll see a few. There's also a few blanks on there from the winter. But thank you for watching. As usual, if you got this far, thank you very much for sticking with me and seeing if I can catch in this session. Something completely different in the next video. I've already got that planned. I've even got a boat trip planned soon as well, which will be nice to get out and get some hounds and stuff like that. But Felixstowe, in the daylight, in an easterly, wasn't the one. Hey ho, it is what it is. Anyway, if you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel to grow a little bit. Doesn't cost a thing either. It's that little button. You'll see it, it says subscribe on it. Just click on that and give the video a like as well if you want. And also leave me a comment if you want as well. Tell me how rubbish I am and call me a blanker. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm out of here. You take care of yourselves and I'll see you by the water very soon.